Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. on the Central Time Zones. I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. You can find us syndicated on Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcasters on the newscasters.com, all the social media sites, facebook.com/DFiesel, and continue sending emails, by the way, Donna at donnasedge.com. You can see right down there below me, Donna at donnasedge.com. Got everybody's favorite talk show host, especially when it pertains to sports. His name is AP Steadham. AP's been with us for several years. As always, I'm always looking forward to talking with you, AP, because you're on top of all of it. What's going on now?
Hey, Donna, how are you? Thank you for having me on the show. We really appreciate it. Donna, we got some news today that the University of Oklahoma, their director of athletics, Joe Castiglione, I think he's been there about 28 years, almost nearly 30, right? Well, I guess he's going to retire. So that's big news in the Southeastern Conference when one of the administrators retires. So I think that Joe, he's been in the world of athletics for probably close to 50 years, I guess. He was at Missouri before that, and he's a graduate at the University of Maryland. He would come on. He has come on my show sometime. He's very knowledgeable, of course, and he's accessible. So I guess that's big news when you have the director of athletics at a university that's been there for 28 years and is going to retire. Because Donna, what happens is he hired the football coach, he hired the basketball coach, so when you bring in the new administration, there's no allegiance unless the football coach knows the director of athletics or the basketball coaches, men's and women's know the director of athletics and all the other coaches. So that puts everybody on their toes.
Absolutely.
There's a sense of apprehension, right?
What are some of the highlights of his career?
Yeah, I think that at Oklahoma, he had a good women's basketball program. He had a good softball program with their coach winning titles. They had men's basketball has done well most of the time. Football program entering the Southeastern Conference. Those are some milestones for that program, I guess, because Oklahoma, they're one of the blue bloods in football across this country. So for them to move to another conference, that's a major move. To come to the Southeastern Conference when you've been associated with leagues primarily in the southwest part of the country.
Well, you know something, when some guys retire, I'm including my husband in on this one right here. When they retire, they don't ever really retire. You think he's going to pick up something else, maybe work,
Probably so. Probably consult with someone, probably. I would think so. When you've been in it that long, some people can walk away totally. Most people don't. We'll have to find out. If we get a chance to see him. I don't know if we'll see him at the SEC Media Days next week in Atlanta. It's a possibility. If I do, I'll definitely come speak with him.
What's hot in football right now?
Well, you're having the media days coming up. This week is the Big 12. That's teams like Arizona State, Iowa State, BYU, Texas Tech. Those teams are having their media days, and the SEC, they'll have their media days next week in Atlanta. And then coming up is the ACC, the Big Ten. The Big Ten is going to be in Las Vegas this year, Don. So I'll be at the SEC in Atlanta, and then the following week I'll be in Las Vegas at the Big Ten. So that's 34 teams, 16 in the SEC, 18 in the Big Ten. So I'll get a chance to visit with the coaches and players from 34 teams out of the 133 or 4 that play at the FBS level.
Reginald asked a question. He said, now when you're interviewing people, are you seeing your questions are changing due to the changes in football?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, because there's the monetary variable in the equation now where players are getting paid because of the NIL, name, image, and likeness, and the revenue sharing by the schools. So that revenue sharing by the schools is up to $20.5 million. And that began July the 1st, whereas before teams were trying to spend as much money as they could to bring players on board. For instance, Texas Tech, they're bringing on a freshman. They signed him down for $5 million. I'm not sure if that contract is probably over time. I don't think it's 1 year, but supposedly there's that 20.5 revenue sharing cap. Okay. But you have these deals on the side, the name, image, and likeness deals on the side that are different. If over $600, they're being reviewed by Deloitte. So Deloitte, that's quite a contract they must have to review thousands and thousands of NIL deals by Division One athletes, FBS level athletes, and other athletes as well. But so that's, to me, that's a wild card, Donna. When you say you have a cap at 20.5, but oh, by the way, we can cut other deals on the side if they're over $600, they have to be reviewed by Deloitte. But so I don't think there is a cap.
I mean, it's just, I don't think there is. And Carson had a question about this, and I wanted to ask you because I've been wondering myself. Carson, this is a great question. Okay, so the money that's coming to the players, is that all from the college, or could some of it be advertisements?
Right. See, some of it can. Right. Some of it's going to be coming directly from the school. They can pay the student athletes, whereas the name, image, and likeness that, like I'm calling them a side deal. Let's say it's an extra revenue stream for the student athlete. That's something different than the 20.5 revenue sharing cap that was determined by the House settlement. And so there's two different ways at this time to earn money as a student athlete. To answer this question, your question.
That's what I was thinking. So why would you ever want to quit college and go pro? I mean, you're kind of established when you're in your college years.
Right. Yeah, Don, I'm going to use every year that I can for my eligibility, because if I'm not a guaranteed first rounder, guaranteed meaning you investigated, you had feedback from the NFL or the NBA or the WNBA or Major League Baseball that telling you that you're a likely first round draft choice, I'm going to stay in school, because in basketball, the second round or all the professional sports, it's not guaranteed after the first round. So I can make quite a bit of money being popular in college.
And like you said a few weeks ago, I mean, why would you? And you can go ahead and continue and have your master's and doctorate degree. You have 2 doctorate degrees.
Yeah, why not?
A cutoff time, though. I mean, look, my son is practically, he loves to go to college. I mean, he just loves it. So it's like a career. He has a career, but then he also has another career going to college. He just loves it. So is there going to be a cutoff time?
Well, that's a good question, Donna. There was the quarterback at Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia. He was played in junior college, and his career has been extended because he sued and said that the junior college eligibility should not shorten his FBS level eligibility. So he's getting another year to play college football. So I think I'm going to say it's probably his 5th or 6th year playing college football. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but there should be, and there are exceptions, but we've seen players 7, 8. I don't even know that one player was 9 years because they were injured, special medical situations, and the COVID year, and there's all kind of things. People are playing way beyond the 4 years that we've been accustomed to, having the redshirt year, even that 5th year. And then sometimes you get that extra year because it's a medical redshirt. So you get 6 years to play 4. But yeah, people are playing more than 4 years. I think, people keep challenging the rules.
Yeah. And we're kind of having to make them up as we go. We're kind of having to. But I want to mention this, like in politics, we fuss all the time and say there's got to be term limits. Okay. You can't be in office forever until you croak. Okay, that just shouldn't be. There should be term limits. But I would think football would be a little bit different, because if you're, let's say you have an injury and you just play as good as you, and that can happen. So
first game done, right? You get injured the first game. You don't even play. You play with the first quarter of the, and they made a special exception for that type of situation, and other situations when you get injured, maybe in the first 3 or 4 games, let's say. Yeah. So we understand that, but.
I mean, it's got to be. But again, we're going to have so many new things happening that have never happened before. So we're going to be in a situation where you got to make up the rules also as you go.
Yeah. These last 3 to 4, 5 years, Donna, we've had the biggest change in college athletics ever.
Yeah. I can't remember anything changing so much.
That,
And being like with your team is not as evident as it used to be either.
oh, Donna, no, you're a visitor. You're just visiting. You're visiting for about a season, and then you're trying to figure out, do I want to visit the next season too?
But I don't
So,
know. There's something though about being established. There's something about being a Joe Namath. I mean,
right.
there's something
Yes,
about
I think so.
Terry Bradshaw, those kind of guys.
Yeah, I would think so, Donna. When you review your career 20 years from now, you're thinking, gee, I went to 3 different places. I met a few people. I'm not associated with that school because I was only there for a short time. I don't have that feeling of that's part of my collegiate family. But I think that today, in today's world, Donna, it's all about the money. That's the way people operate, and they've embraced the fact that I'm trying to get the most money I can. That's my goal.
Yeah.
Maximize my financial uh, reward at a school, and then move on.
Well, the reason I asked that question is Nick came up with a good question. He said, "What do you think some of the old timers are saying? Like your Phil."
Well, yeah,
But what
yeah,
are some of the older guys saying, like Terry Bradshaw, Joe Namath? What are they saying about this new trend?
yeah. I think when you speak to some of the players from the past, they wish they could be around right now to make more money. It always gets back to the money, Donna, really.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and I don't know. I mean, if that's what you live for, I guess, yeah, you're sorrowful that you played 20 years ago, I guess. But I would think that having those memories and a good experience at a university and competing for a national championship or the league championship, or you became an All-American or All-Conference. But I guess it doesn't mean that much to people. They don't have any sentimentality. It's all about my bank account. Right. And that's mostly what people in America, that's what they discuss, right, Donna? They'll tell you about all these benevolent scenarios that they participate in with their organizations or other facets of their life, but it always gets down to what's my financial status. I don't think I think it's a reflection of society, Donna. Really, I don't think it's any different than the people who attend the games. They're always concerned about their financial status. That's the majority, and I'm using that as the majority of people. They're concerned about their financial status.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we'll never see this era again. And so when you invited Phil and me, we got to go the Wishbone Boys, and we were there at that event.
Right.
It was so much fun. Those guys, it's like they were back in college again. They were picking on each other. They were doing, like college guys do, like friends.
Yeah.
We're going to miss that because, I mean, it was a whole feeling to be there because in the theater, we were there and we were watching you and we were watching different things. They were like a bunch of college kids again, laughing and cutting up with each other.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
So fun. I'm going to miss those eras.
Yeah, that has value to me. But like I said, Don, I don't think the majority of people, they care about it. They're on a team. They might get to know a few players, a few people on the team, but I don't think that they extend themselves. I don't think they extend themselves. Like, in other words, if you're a defensive back, are you extending yourself to know the left guard? Maybe not. You're with the defensive backs. You know those players, that coach. If somebody asks you about the person playing right tackle, I think his name is John, or they might say, yeah, his name is John. I think they can't tell you about him, or maybe his hometown. Where years ago you're around everybody all the time, and you made it a point to know their first name, their last name, their hometown. Maybe you knew their family members, but I don't think that's that sort of intense, in-depth friendship on these teams anymore. I just don't.
Well, I remember a bunch of the guys were sitting right directly behind Phil and me. And there was a segment up there that had Joe LaBue on it. And I remember most of those guys back there were going, "Look at old Joe." And then they were doing and they were doing that at each other, just kind of ribbing each other. I think we're going to miss that part. I really do. That was, and I've thanked you 1,000 times, but I want to thank you for letting us go inviting us to go there, because that was something. It was heartwarming.
Oh yeah, it was a special moment for me, Donnie. Yeah, thank you for you and Phil being there and having all the Wishbone Boys on the show weekly and promoting the event. And yeah, but I just don't think that the students now, the student athletes now, that's their interest, that's their prime interest, and I think it's way down on the list of concerns to be friends with everybody on the team. I don't think that's part of their game plan. Go to school, learn everybody on the team, the coaches, and have somewhere to come back and associate with 20 years from now. I don't think that interests them. I really don't.
I don't either. Let's go into a commercial break. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Everybody hang in there, okay? We will be right back.
Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community. Whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need, toys at Christmas, or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Because of your overwhelming support, our 1488 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use MyPillows, only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our wholesale pricing. Including my classic standard MyPillow is only $14.88. But that's not all. I'm so confident you're going to love our classic MyPillows that I'm going to extend my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025. Plus, orders over $75 ship absolutely free.
Okay, we're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning with this guy, AP Steadham, right here, and at 1 p.m. Central Time. But now also you can find him on his YouTube channel. AP, let's talk a little bit about that. What can folks find from your YouTube channel?
Yeah, at AP As We See It, that's SEC As We See It. And all the interviews that I conduct on at the various events that I cover, the most recent one was the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, where Nick Saban was inducted, and Andrew Whitworth of LSU, the very fine offensive tackle. He won championships, high school, college, and professionally in the Super Bowl. But you can find it at AP As We See It, and all the interviews from the Manning Passing Academy. We tried to interview as many SEC quarterbacks as we could that day because we only have a limited time. So you can find our show at AP As We See It. Our guest last week was Hale McGranahan from South Carolina. He covers South Carolina. I know you have a lot of South Carolina fans. He writes for 247 Sports, The Big Spur. The Big Spur, of course, that's the person of the Gamecocks, right? But Hale was a great guest and gave us the rundown on the Gamecocks. And then we also had Arthur Bryant. Arthur is an attorney, he's a trailblazer with Title IX, trying to prevent the discrimination with reference to Title IX. And of course, that's really relevant now, Donna, because when you have this $20.5 million revenue that has to be allocated to the student athletes all across the board, I think there's going to be more lawsuits, Donna, because as Arthur had explained to us, that you cannot discriminate against one sport over the other just because the sport makes money. You have to allocate the money favorably to all the different teams, men's, women's, Olympic sports, and football can't be receiving that 80-90%. I think there's going to be a lot of lawsuits that will sort things out. So it's always a fluid situation, Donna. Even though they're trying to make changes, it's not set in stone.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree with that. Brett came up with a really good question. And this is about, of course, you got your SEC, you got South Carolina, you got all these other associations all over the place. Do you ever see a time when all of those will be combined?
Oh, yeah. I think in the very near future, I would say maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, but probably less than 10. I'm thinking that's the direction they're moving, to have, let's say, 2, 3, 4 conferences, maybe with maybe 60 plus teams in there. And I don't know how they're going to do that, Donna, exactly, because I think people forget that we are 50 United States. There's 50 states. Mm-hmm. And when you try to exclude that, I don't think that's ever been a good strategy. When has that ever worked? When you try to exclude somebody, that's never been a good strategy. So when you have all these senators and people from the other states, and you're going to try to form a league with only 60 something teams. All these teams are receiving money, federal money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, yeah, that's the idea, to make the most money for them, but it doesn't help all 50 states.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be some objection from the senators and Congress people, and when they get involved on it, they may not say very much, but when they hold the purse strings, I think you can change people's decisions. Even though you think this new league with 60 plus teams is going to be the greatest thing for those teams, but you're going to exclude other teams that are part of the United States. I just think someone's going to object, and it's not. I just think they're going to come up with a plan.
I think they have to, because look at Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa can almost be a ghost town until a football team is there playing, because it brings business to other businesses. Your restaurants are crowded. But in fact, we were going to go to Tuscaloosa one time for something else. And I said, no, let's not go that weekend, because that's going to be, we're not going to be able to go see the ball game.
Right. That's too crowded.
Use another time to go.
Yeah, I did see that the mayor of Tuscaloosa, he mentioned the fact that he probably would prefer, and this is kind of a strange thing, Donna, but he would prefer not to have the A-Day game there anymore because it costs the city money. And I'm thinking, for the amount of money it would cost you, I can't believe that the restaurant owners and the hotels would be in favor of not having the A-Day game. Yeah, maybe you're not selling it out like you used to. Of course, you don't have to purchase the tickets anymore, but you're not getting the participation like you did in the past. But I'm thinking, if 10,000 people come to town, you're telling me that it's not worthwhile for the city to have 10,000 people in town?
He's going to not get reelected is what's going to happen, because this is what's going to happen. Your restaurants are going to lose money. Yeah, because a lot of them, it's bigger than Christmas.
Yeah, they're saying the security is so expensive, but I just can't believe at a town like Tuscaloosa that you would object to 10,000. Let's say I'm using 10,000 as a small number of people that would show up instead of 100,000. Yeah. But that's only 10% of the 100,000. I'm saying if 10,000 people come to town, it's like a basketball game. You don't want a basketball game in town, 10,000 people. I mean, the security with football is much more security, but it costs so much that you wouldn't even be willing to have 10,000 people come to town to spend money.
Well, I mean, everybody's going to eat out. They're going to spend at least $50, even at a fast food restaurant. They're going to spend a lot of money, plus the tax revenue off of that. It's not making any sense.
I'm sure he's knowledgeable. He did the numbers, but that seems just strange to me.
Yeah, it does to me too. AP, we're going to have to go in less than a minute. What would you like to tell everybody before you go? What's coming up with this coming week with AP as we see it?
Oh, yeah, we're going to try to preview the SEC Media Days, Donna. There's 16 teams, and there's always a question with each team. Maybe we'll try to leave everybody with a question mark for each team. What's the biggest question for each team?
Mm-hmm. That's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. And then you're going to have some videos for me, and we're going to have some videos next week.
Yeah, we'll have some videos next week. We will. Yes.
AP, I hope you're having a great day. We're going to have to go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And thanks for sending those emails. Y'all are sending good ones. Really good ones. Donna at donnasedge.com. Donna at donnasedge.com. We got the smartest audience there is. Again, thank you. And thank you, AP, for being with us. Hang around. I got to get you scheduled for next week.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Bye, guys.